Welcome back to Better Pet Parents, everybody. Today I'll be sharing another one of my tips, and today's tip is keep copies of your pet's medical records at home. So, what I mean by that is when you go into your regular veterinarian for an office visit, whether that's a routine visit or not, you can say when you're through with the visit, say, hey, can I have the copy of today's summary? Mostly all the veterinarians nowadays are on a digital system, so they might just tell you, give me a few minutes to put it in, and then I'll give you the copy. Or they might say, I'm going to put it in later, but then I can email it to you. So, whatever they're going to say, they might need a second to put it in the system, but they should still be willing to give it to you. And if you do that and you print off the summary, or you have those digital records somewhere on your computer, however you're keeping the copies of it, that can end up being a resource that would save your pet's life, potentially be able to save your pet's life. Because if you're keeping copies of all that in like a folder at home, and there's ever a circumstance where you need to go to the emergency clinic in the middle of the night on a Sunday night when all of the other regular veterinarians are closed, and you go to that emergency clinic, well, those people that are working there don't know you guys the way that your regular veterinarian does, and they have no way of contacting your primary vet to get the information of what you guys have been doing. So they're going to be running on their best guess. And I can't tell you how useful this could be, especially to animals that are going in for a lot of treatment. You know, if you're going to the vet frequently and your vet has been doing procedures on your animal, then certainly this would be useful to do in case you ever end up at the after hours clinic with your pet, because they're going to have so much more information in front of them if you show up with that folder versus if you didn't. But this is something that would be very good for any pet parent to do. And then take it with you if you guys ever go out of town with your pets, so that if you ever are on vacation and you're in an unfamiliar place and something were to happen, that you can just take it with you, and that veterinarian would have so much more information to run on, and versus if you had just walked in the door and said, oh, we've had an emergency, please help us. Because veterinary work is always a difficult line of work, and whatever information you can bring to the table, the better. We formed our whole product, My Vet Notes, based on that concept of all the information that you could bring to the table for your primary veterinarians. But I just want to encourage all of you guys today to have your veterinarians give you copies of what they're doing, so that you can keep that in a folder and always keep that on hand for the after hours stuff or the out of town stuff. I can't tell you how much the treating physicians are going to appreciate that if you are ever in that situation. So please consider doing this. Ask your vet to make you copies. If they are a vet that is still doing handwritten records and not the digital ones, they should still be willing to make you a photocopy of what's in the pet's medical record, and you can keep the folder that way. So even if it's not typed up from the summary visit, they should still be able to give you like the photocopy from the medical record, and then your veterinarians at the emergency clinics would be able to know what drugs have been administered lately by your primary vets. So please consider doing this for all of your pets, so that if you ever are in an unexpected situation, you can bring as much information to the table as possible. Thank you for joining in for today's discussion, and we will see you next week. And thank you for being one of the better pet parents.